Today, we're going to play Amnesia Blow Up the Bunker. It is a horror game that is extremely fun to speedrun, which is exactly what I'm going to try and do. My goal for this run is to get a time of below 1 hour, as I already played through the game multiple times now and I wanted to challenge myself slightly. But first, we need to get inside of the bunker, and that's where we start, outside of it. In the tutorial of the game. This game takes place during the First World War, and we play as Henri. I hope I pronounced that name right, and we start off by getting shot at and running towards the trenches, which is exactly where the game hands over the controls and we're left to fend for our own. Pick up a couple of bullets, break open the door, and we already have Germans trying to shoot us to pieces. Nothing a little bit of bullet therapy can't fix, however. This next part really demonstrates on how cool this game is for me. We're able to blow open doors with grenades and even shoot at barrels to make them explode. But this is where the fun in the war ends, as we're having a prelude of what the Germans did before and during World War II. Which in fact I tried to out-heal by throwing a toll on my body. We get saved by putting on a gas mask handed to us from a fellow soldier, and we make it out alive. Later that day we decide to gamble our way our right to stay inside of the bunker, by having a score so low that even the Germans would feel some sort of pity for us. And while outside, we find one of our own inside a pretty average-sized sandhole in desperate need of rescuing. While carrying him, we get shot by the Schnell- and Lospolizei, and we're blown into pieces by a grenade that explodes right in front of us. And this, my friends, is the end of the tutorial. After being Frankensteined back together, we finally wake up and notice that there is absolutely no one around. Some searching later, we finally find the last living person in this place, who for unbeknown reasons to myself is desperately begging us to end his life. So we grab some ammo and... yep, he's dead. After having absolutely no reaction to someone who most certainly knew us dying, we decide to shoot open a lock and run towards our only place of absolute safety, which I'm going to be calling the hub from now on. While we're here, I'll quickly explain what we need to do. We need to find a couple of items, which are a valve, a lighter, a wrench, bolt cutters, a big stinky piece of dynamite, and a detonator handle, in order to escape this horrible mess. I mean, I'm not kidding. Playing on easy really makes me feel like I'm the monster here. After having gotten the code to unlock the door to the main area of the game from the generous soldier keeping guard on the generator, we finally leave our safe space in order to find more dog tags in order to get the first of the items needed to progress, which in this case is the valve. The valve is important as many of the areas of the game are locked away in an emergency shutdown, and we need that item in order to open those back up again. The rat finally decided to say hello to my attempts of freedom as well. Easy fix, however, as we can just chill in the hub for a second and he just disappears back into the shadows of unexplorable tunnels. So we continue on by going into the first of many now explorable areas. The first one being the maintenance area, in which we need to find 2 dog tags in order to progress. The first one being for a lighter and the second one being for the wrench. I was being loud and impatient, so the obligatory rat game ending event that happens down here made the rat come out of his mom's basement again. And that's how I got my first good look at this ugly beast. I really thought the coast was clear for me now to explore the workshop in this area, but I was wrong. That ugly rat showed its ugly face again, and I dealt with it the only way I know how. By giving him a taste of a bullet and running away like a scared girl because my pants turned from white to brown and I'm in desperate need of new clothes. All things can come back around to make something positive, however. And having to run back to the hub was one of these things. You see, I was right around the locker room and that's why I was headed next to input a couple of dog tag codes. And therefore got one of the items needed to progress further into the maintenance area. The lighter. The lighter on its own isn't really that useful. It's at best a small light source, but when you combine a stick with a piece of cloth and light it up with a lighter, you first have a pretty good light source and something to scare away the smaller yet still dangerous rats. After beelining straight to the chapel to get the pillbox key and then to the pillbox itself to get the dog tag in which I almost got my head blown off, I went back to the locker rooms to get the wrench, which I needed to go to the prison cell area of this game. Some asserting dominance in the use of explosive ordnances later, we now have a way into the open McDory room for the prison, where there are doors in need to be opened and a really scared German that's begging for us to keep the doors closed. Too bad for him though, he has an item in his cell that we need and... oh. Whoops. Yeah, I think he's dead. Anyways, the next stop on this Haunted House Bunker Edition attraction leads us to the soldier quarters, in order to find a key. Which is there, you just have to find it. It's there somewhere on the bunk beds. Where exactly? It says so on the note, but I ain't got time for that. So I just ran around the bunk beds for 8 minutes in order to find it. If time loss had a name, it would be mine. So we opened the door, realized that there is no electricity, turn on the electricity, and we get the arsenal code transmitted to us by a soldier that felt bad because he ran away from this fun playhouse. Because of the arsenal code that we now have in our possession, we head there next. Input the code, grab the dynamite right at the end of that huge area, but we don't head back just now. It's because we decide to enter the tunnels as well in order to find the last item we need, the detonator handle. So we cut open the door, flip open some electricity while standing in stomach height water, which for some reason didn't game end us, turn on the pump and disregard any form of self-preservation yet again, and jump into the water face first while the pump just does its thing. And since we're in Amnesia and apparently there is supernatural stuff going on in this universe, floating rocks just seem pretty normal to us and we run right past them. Just to find the boss fight right in front of us that can be dealt with, like with all things in life, a bullet. Looting the boss gave us a shotgun which I'll never use, and after some more explosive ordinances yet again, we now have the last item in order to escape this rendition of Chuck E. Cheese. Placing down the items was easy enough, and after not making sure that we have enough space to not blow up into a million pieces, we press down the detonator handle and are met with our escape. Psych! Boss fight number 2. What you gonna do, boy? I'm pretty unsure what you would do in this situation, but what I wanted to do was pretty simple. Blow this rat into pieces. So I just threw a grenade on a pretty weak bridge and made this thing fall into whatever this mess is. And there we have it. The monster dead, the escape right in front of our sight, and oh shit. Right. The war is still going on, isn't it? Well, I'd better search for that white flag quickly if I were you. And this concludes Amnesia The Bunker. I really love this game for all it does right. The first playthrough in all fairness was pretty scary, even if it didn't look like this in this video. But I gotta give props to my absolute favorite childhood horror game series of all time, and I hope we'll see something new in this game franchise soon. But with that, I wish you all a blessed day, a blessed night or whatever time it is for you, and I will see you in the next one. God bless you, my friends. Bye bye.